Hey everybody, so as promised we're going to do a glittered ombre tutorial. The sample I showed in the glittered shell video was this ombre shell. However, I'm actually going to be doing a figurine today, but this is an example of what it'll look like as a finished product. So let's get started. What you're going to need today, some kind of figurine, shell, whatever you're glittering. You can even ombre glitter those shoes. I mean, this method works for anything you might be glittering. Today I'm going to do a salt and pepper shaker that I found at the 99-cent store. You know, Scour, the Goodwills, whatever you want to glitter. If it's something that has a shine to it like this, you're going to want to go over it with a piece of sandpaper. Just rough it up a little so the glue will stick without peeling off when it dries. Besides your figurine, you're going to need the ever handy Mod Podge. I love this stuff. Again, I can't say it enough. Glue of the gods. And the colors I'm going to be using today are Martha Stewart's Yellow Gold. Beautiful. And this kind of raspberry rose color. Should look really cool on this owl. So let's get started. I tend to use cupcake liners to organize my glitter. It's, you know, it's nice because you can get glue on them, you won't worry about them, you can bend them when you need to pour them back in like containers. They work nicely for figurines this size. So, I've got these tiny cupcake liners. I'm going to set 4 out. No, excuse me, I'm going to set 5 out because I'm going to have 5 variations today. Let's move this so you guys can see this. Let me just get this down a little so you guys can really see what's going on. In cupcake tin or liner number 1, I'm going to pour some of this pink rose glitter. And I'm done with that container. In number 2, I'm going to pour the yellow gold. So you've got your 2 base colors. One end is going to be the rose. One end is going to be this white gold, or yellow gold, excuse me. Now, we need to make our 3 variations that we're going to glitter with. So, in liner number 3, let's put some rose glitter. Not all the rose glitter, you need to leave some in the container in liner number 1. Liner number 4, I'm putting the yellow gold. Again, not all of it, just some. So now I've got 2 of each. And then liner number 3, I'm going to pour just a touch of rose and about the same amount of yellow. Now we're going to shake it so that we mix it up nicely. You really want to shake this. You really, really, really need to mix it, otherwise the ombre effect will not happen. So now we've got kind of a goldish pink. It's really pretty. Now in these 2, I'm going to mix my glitters, but in the one that I poured my yellow gold into, I'm just putting a very small touch of rose glitter. Again, mix it around. You really, really, really need to mix it well. That's why these liners work nicely. You can really give it a good shake. So there you go. You can tell it's a gold, but it's got kind of a pink tint to it. Now in number 3, where you put your rose color, you're going to put just a dab of the gold. Just a little bit. You do not want to match the same amount. This one is supposed to be predominantly pink. Again, shake it. You really, really, really got to mix it up in order for these variations to work nicely. Alright, so there we go. We've got 3 different variations and our 2 base colors. Now I've got the large liners to actually do my glittering over. So let's set these aside. You're going to want to start with one end, obviously, and apply your Mod Podge liberally, but you do not want it to be dripping, but you do want to brush it on there nicely. Now, since we're doing 5 different colors, we just need to get the tip top done. I'm just doing his head, basically. It's okay if it's not perfect and it's a little smeary, you know, that's not a big deal. So, the color we're going to start with is the yellow gold. I think that would be pretty on the top. So, I'm going to cover basically everything I just put glue on, especially on the tip top, in yellow gold. So you can see it's kind of coming together here. Oop, some kind of twig or something. Shake it out a little. Oh, his head's a little bald. Let's add some glitter. And we got a bald spot here too. So you want to make sure that you cover that top with your first color. And again, you want to make sure that your first color is one of your solids, not one of the colors you just mixed. And oops, this is almost done. And oh, his eye holes need just a little bit more, if you can't see that. It's hard to tell in this light for you. Alright. Shake all that out. Put the gold back in there because we're done with it. There we go. First layer. Now, with the second layer, you do not need to wait for this to dry. The whole point is that it blends nicely together. So the second layer, since we did the yellow gold first, is the predominantly yellow gold with the touch of rose that we did, which I believe was cup number 4. So, what I'm going to do is basically do a line. Doesn't even need to be a line. You can do light brush strokes. I'm even getting on some of that glitter that I just did, which is totally fine because, again, this color is supposed to blend. So I'm allowing my brush tips to kind of make it an uneven edge there. You know, ombre is kind of fun because the blending is so subtle. So it's okay if it gets a little messy. Like, see, I kind of went up through his face again. Now, we're doing, again, cup number 4, which was predominantly yellow gold with a touch of the rose pink. And we're going to do that layer. Make sure we cover it all the way around. Get all those spots that we may have knocked off glitter from. Make sure we cover everything on the glue spots. Don't be afraid to get dirty, okay? Because working with Mod Podge and glitter is going to be a messy event. So I don't know if you can see the subtle variation in the gold to the rose gold, but it's happening. So we are done with the predominantly gold with a touch of rose. Now we're going to do that one that was the equal parts rose, which was cup number 5, which was equal parts rose and equal parts gold. Again, we're repeating what we just did for the other golds. We're putting a line. Again, a messy line is okay. It's okay if your brush strokes go in. It's supposed to look like it's blending anyways. Alright, so this one, since it's kind of the middle color, I'm going to make a larger strip around the center here on this owl. Beautiful. So we're taking our equal parts golds, equal parts rose, and we're gonna cover that strip. And we got one more side to do. Let's see, let's hope we made him enough. It's the one thing, you really have to make sure that you make enough of each blend to cover your figurine, otherwise you're going to have to re-blend and redo a certain strip. So we don't want that to happen. We want the ombre to happen evenly, so make sure that you've made enough of the blend. You know, if worse comes to worse, you can always bottle the blend up. If you have extra, you can combine all the different blends, bottle it up, and you've got a new glitter color, or you can use it on your next ombre project and just, you know, add the appropriate glitter colors to it when you're ready. So there we go. So as you can see, our owl is turning slightly pinker, still gold, but it's got a pink tint to it. So that was our 1-1 blend. So that was our even blend. Now we're going to the rose blend that we made, which was cup number 3, that had just a touch of gold to it. So now we're going to add this last strip. On here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Make sure that we get a little uneven, because it looks best when it's a little uneven. Again, it's okay if the brush stroke goes in. We just want to make sure we've covered everything. Now it's time to apply this. Ooh, he's getting slippery here. Try not to lose my grip here. Shake it out a little. So I actually picked a figurine on purpose to do this tutorial that has a hole in the bottom, because normally what I would do is let it dry just a tad before I did my bottom layer. I'm not finished with this 4th layer here, but I'm going to go ahead and progress with my 5th and final layer as soon as I get this one done, just so that I can show you guys what the finished product might look like. Alright, so there we go. Next layer is going to be our solid rose. So we're going to cover the bottom. I'm again holding in that little hole that salt and pepper shakers have on the bottom of them. Not all figurines will have this, so you may have to wait on this last final layer on your figurine or shell. But again, that's okay. You have to do the final layer later. Okay, there we go. The bottom is now completely covered in glue. Oops, that is the wrong blend. Easy to do. So, you don't want that blend anymore. Let me go over that. Goes to show even a glittering pro makes a lot of mistakes. Sometimes I like to mark my glitters so I know which ones I'm using and what progression. But this is the solid rose, no gold added, just straight from the bottle rose. And we're just going to add it to the base of this owl. Almost done. Almost completed. And then we will have a gold and pink Ombre figurine. Alright. And just enough to do the bottom here. I may need to grab some more of those glitter. So this is again just the straight rose glitter, that second solid color that you started with in the beginning. Ta-da! There you go, an ombre figurine. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but there is a gradual variation of color. And what I'm going to do now is let this dry for about a day, and then I'm going to go ahead and seal it with the Mod Podge sealant, which you can find at most Michael's or Joann's. I'm sure that most any sealer would actually work, but that's one I like to use. It's non-sticky in the end, and it really holds the glitter well. So you do want to make sure that once you're done with it and it's dried, you give it a little tap and you touch up any spots that may need it, but hopefully you won't need to touch up, because it can be hard to match the variation. Otherwise it looks like you've got a dot of some other blend on it. So anyways, have fun and enjoy.